Welcome to another lawnfawn video. Today we are introducing two die sets. We have our mushroom house and also mushroom borders. So let's go ahead and check them out. So first up we have the adorable mushroom house. I can't get over how cute this is. So I wanted to show you all of the pieces included in the set. So of course we've got the mushroom top and the actual mushroom house shape. We've got some fun things for decorating the mushroom house. So we have a door, and we have two different doorknobs, a keyhole and a knob. We also have a window and a little glow that you can hide behind the window, and then a chimney for the house. And then these things kind of set the scene for the outdoors. So we have a cute little lantern and a hook for the lantern, some little stems and some flower tops, two different sizes of grass, and a cute little butterfly. So now it's time to assemble this house, and I love assembling these little houses. They're so cute. So here I've cut the top from chili pepper and the house from vanilla malt cardstock. I'm going to add some liquid glue to the back and then layer that little mushroom top right onto the house. And you can see just how cute that's turning out already. Then we're going to start working on some of the elements to decorate the house. So this is a little window there, and the circle there goes behind it, and that's going to add the glow. And I've die cut these from chocolate bar and sunflower, and then the lantern from black licorice and sunflower. And I feel like that sunflower cardstock is the perfect glow for the window and the lantern. Next, we'll add a little liquid glue to the tops of those little branches there, and we can add the tulips on top. And I think these are absolutely adorable because they kind of look like they're going to climb up the side of the mushroom house. So next up, I'm going to add the top for the other little flower. Then here we've got the keyhole. So I've cut that from the sunflower cardstock and then the back piece from black cardstock. And so it's going to look like the little keyhole is like dark there, ready for the little mushroom house key. And then here you can see what the knobs look like. So this is the basic knob there. And then this one is what the little keyhole knob looks like. And for the card that I'm making right now, we're going to use the keyhole knob on there because I think it looks so cute. I love the little pop of yellow on the door. You can place the door either in the center of the house or kind of over to the side of the house. So here's what it looks like in the center, which is so super cute. Or you can take the door and kind of put it off to the side, either the right or left side. In this case, I'm going to do the right side. And so this is why we have a long piece of grass and a short piece of grass. If you have it over to the side, you can use the longer piece of grass to layer there right in front of the house, and then the shorter piece of grass to the right of it. And you can also put the window there to the left of the door. If you put the little door in the center, you can put the window up in the roof there, which I think is really cute, and then use the shorter pieces of grass on either side of the door. So that's what I'm going to be doing for my card this time. So I'm going to add some glue just around kind of, I guess, the door jamb of it, the frame of the door, because the door can actually open, which is super, super cute. And then I can take those grass pieces and layer them right in front. So it looks like a little grass is growing around the door, kind of up the house. Next, we're going to layer those little tulip flowers there behind the grass on the left, and I think it looks so super cute. I like to take the flower and have it layer over the door just a little bit. I think the overlapping die cuts just adds a lot of interest to it. And then here we're going to be working on the little window here. So we're going to add the window right into the center above the door, like it's a little attic or something in the house. And then we can add the little chimney. So I'll just put a little glue on the end and layer it right behind the roof of the house. I wanted to use all of the different die cut pieces that I cut, so I'm going to layer this little hook for the lantern and then layer the lantern on top of that. So I love that you can make this house what you want. You can add a bunch of little decoration pieces, or you could even just have the door and the roof. So it just kind of depends on what you're looking for your card. So now I'm going to add that little butterfly right above the flowers, and then that little door die actually has a score line at the left side of the door. So I'm going to fold along that score line, and that's going to give this kind of really cool interactive element to the card, so you could have a little character hiding in there. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So here I have my Oh Gnome stamp set, and I'm going to stamp out that cute little gnome and give her some color, and I'm also going to stamp out some clouds from the Butterfly Kisses set, because this is going to help me set my scene. So I added some color with some Copic markers there. I'm going to put some foam squares on her, and then you can see how I can tuck her behind the door so it looks like she's coming out of the door. You could even hide someone in there so that the recipient would have to open the door completely to see what was inside, even a cute little sentiment or something. So how sweet and adorable is that? So now we're going to be working with the mushroom border. And the mushroom border has the mushrooms, of course, this really cool grass, and then the mushroom toppers. And I love that you can use the mushrooms on their own, or you can use the grass on their own. And I've been using this grass on its own a lot because it's so cool. It's kind of just a nice little low texture. So now it's time to start adding the mushroom tops. So I'm going to take my liquid glue and layer them on there. There's 3 sizes of mushroom on this border, a small, medium, and large. And so I'm going to die cut all of those and start layering those on top. Here I've die cut from vanilla malt and chili pepper cardstock. And I really love the mix, the nice bold red on that beautiful cream colored cardstock. We'll go ahead and layer that last little mushroom on there. And then here you can see how that grass can layer right above the mushroom. So they can be on their own or with that grass layered right on top. So now it's time to start working on a card, and I'm going to be using this really rainbow scallops paper as my sky. I really like using this paper as a sky because it almost looks like a bunch of clouds in the background. I'm going to take that grass from the mushroom border, lay it onto my card, and make a little pencil line about how high I want my grass to be, and then I can trim down right to that pencil line. And then we're going to do some stamping. So I'm going to do some heat embossing here. So I'm going to add my anti-static powder on there so that the heat embossing powder will only stick to my clear sticky ink. And then I'm going to layer the sentiment, "There's no place like home," right on there. So I'll pick it up with my Misty tool here and then stamp it with some clear ink. And then I'll go ahead and add some white heat embossing powder, and we can heat up that powder and have this nice, bright, shiny sentiment. And that sentiment is so cute. This is such a fun little housewarming card for somebody. So now that we have our grass all set, I'm just going to trim down those mushrooms so that we can layer those behind the grass. We'll just add a little tape runner to the front part there, the hill part of the mushroom, and layer that grass on top. And then we can add some more tape runner to the back of this whole thing and layer that onto our pattern paper sky that we created earlier. And I just love that bold noble fir cardstock with the chili pepper. The red and the green look gorgeous together. So then we can take our cute little mushroom house that we worked on earlier and add some foam squares and layer them on top. I love what a fun mix and match the house and the mushrooms are. You can use them together or separately, and they're just so cute. And then to finish off the scene, we're going to add those clouds that we stamped earlier from Butterfly Kisses. And I like putting some of the clouds kind of layered behind the house as well, as I think that really helps kind of set the scene and put the mushroom house right into that beautiful sky. And so I just love how this turned out so much. And I love that you could use pretty much any sentiment with this card because it's so cute. So this mushroom house is perfect with the gnomes, but it looks really, really great with other characters too. So here we have a cute little bunny from Extra Special Easter, and we're going to be creating a mushroom house shaped card. So we're going to take the die there and we're going to layer it over some folded cardstock, letting the top of the die peek out above the cardstock. So we don't want the top of the die to cut at all. We can run it through our die cut machine, and by having the top part of the die peek out above that fold, that part of the die isn't going to cut, and that's going to create a mushroom shaped card base. So I think it looks so cool. So we're going to layer some apricot cardstock right on top there. Now, instead of doing the traditional red top, we're going to get really fun and creative with the colors. So our mushroom top here has been cut from some Guava Cardstock, and we're going to layer that. And then we're going to fill in those holes of the mushroom house. But first up, we're going to add a cute little chimney, and then we're going to die cut the top of the mushroom house there from some mermaid cardstock. But this time, all we're going to do is use those little spots. So there you'll see we'll run that through our die cut machine, and then we can add some little liquid glue in all of the spots of the house and drop in those pieces. And this is such a cool and fun look. I love that with this mushroom house, you can make it really whimsical and get really creative with your colors. And look how cool that looks. It adds the most beautiful pop of color. And I think it's really fun just dropping those little pieces in there. It's just really relaxing. Now next up, we're going to start adding the other elements of the house. So we're going to layer the window there onto some sticky note cardstock, adding a little glow behind the window. And there you'll see that we have our door too, and that's been cut out of some of the wood grain cardstock, so it has beautiful texture on it. We're going to fold along that score line that the die creates for you so that the door is going to open onto the house. Here is some spiffy speckles cardstock, and we're going to trace that door onto the cardstock and then cut out that with our scissors. And that's going to add a little glow to behind the door. So we can go ahead and just trim along the inside of that pencil line, and then we can layer that behind the door. So that's a fun way to add a little extra detail to your card, and that spiffy speckles is a really nice little kind of glow to be coming out from behind that door. Next up, we're going to take the grass pieces and layer those onto the house. And then we can layer our door right above those grass pieces. And there's something about adding those little grass pieces that I think is just makes the house so adorable. So there you'll see they got the little grass pieces on there. And then we're also going to use the keyhole again. So we're going to layer the keyhole over some yellow cardstock and then attach the keyhole to the door. And then we can attach the entire door to our mushroom house shaped card. For this house, we're going to put the door kind of over to the left side and then the window over to the right. And so that's why we use the longer grass to the right and the shorter grass to the left. So we'll layer that right on top, and then we're going to add some of these cute little flowers. And so these have been cut from peacock cardstock, once again going along with kind of our non-traditional colors, which are so pretty. And then we're going to add little flower tops there cut from some raspberry cardstock right to the top of those flowers. Next up, we're going to take a white gel pen and add some beautiful little details. By adding this, it gives it kind of a cool three-dimensional look and makes it look really, really special. So we're just going to add a little details all around the card, and I just think it's so cute. It kind of adds a fun cartoon effect. And then we're going to take a little butterfly and add it right to the top of the chimney, and this little finishing look is so adorable. Next up, we're going to take that little bunny and we're going to tuck him behind the door. And how cute is he coming out of the door? Oh my goodness. Absolutely adorable. And then here you can see for the inside of the card, we're going to stamp our sentiment in there. So we're going to stamp "To Some Bunny Special." So I really love the idea of sending a shaped card. It's really unique and really, really cute. And I love that you can take the mushroom house and use non-traditional colors for it and use any stamp set that you can think of to have a little character coming out of the door. So next up, we're going to be using some of the new Spiffy Speckles paper, and I love this paper so much, and we're going to be die cutting stitched rectangles out of both the blue and the green. And right now we're recreating a card by Elena, so thank you so much, Elena, for letting us make your cute card for the video. So in this card, we're going to be using the mushroom border, but without the mushroom house. And here you can see we have some more characters from gnome, and we're just going to lay them there for some placement, and then use that grassy border that's included with the mushroom border die. And we're going to die cut a taller and then shorter little hill there out of that Spiffy Speckles paper so that we can layer the both on there. We're also going to die cut 2 hills of mushrooms out of some vanilla malt cardstock. Once again, kind of doing shorter and taller so that we can layer them. Now for the mushroom tops, we're going to try something a little bit different. We're going to die cut those from some of that vanilla malt cardstock, but we're going to use our Copic markers to add color to the mushrooms. And this is going to give it some really beautiful shading. So we're going to add our darkest marker there to the right-hand side, and then we're going to go to the medium marker and go across that die cut, and then transition to the lighter marker. And you can see how beautiful that is because it gives it this really great gradient look. Another way to get that gradient look would be to take some red cardstock and then use some ink with a foam tool to just add some ink to the edges. You could do that with the mushroom house as well. So if you wanted to step it up a little bit, you could cut out of colored cardstock and just ink the edges with some ink, or you can use your Copic markers to add this really cool shading. And you can see how beautiful those mushroom tops look when we layer them onto that vanilla malt cardstock. Next up, we can take those 2 hills and layer them on top of each other, and it looks amazing because it looks like there's so many mushrooms that are going to be in our background. So we're just going to add some tape runner and attach those 2 mushroom pieces when they're in the perfect placement, and then attach our little grass piece that we cut earlier onto that. And then we can add a bunch of liquid glue to this and layer it onto our card base there that's going to have that beautiful speckled sky. Now, obviously these mushrooms are kind of peeking off the edges here, so we're going to trim off any of the excess, but we're going to leave some of the mushrooms coming off either side of the card. And I think that's just a really, really cool and unique look to have some pieces hanging off of the edge of your card. So now that we've got our one grass on there, we can layer our second grass on top, and then we can start to create our scene. So we're going to use that little triple flowers there to kind of layer behind the 2 little gnomes there, so it looks like some flowers are growing in the grass. And then we can add the cute little speech bubble on there as well. And so we've got the flowers on with liquid glue and the gnomes and the speech bubble on with some foam squares just to have them have some nice pop. We've die cut one of the new simple wavy banners, and we're going to take one of the sentiments here from Oh Gnome, and we're going to curve it on our block to match the curve of that die. And I love the look of a curved banner. And then we can go ahead and stamp our sentiment in some black ink. And so I love this sentiment so much because it says there's no one like you, which is just so sweet. So we can stamp that on there, and then we can go ahead and layer that up into our sky. And then we can trim off any of the excess and our card is all done. I love the look of those two tiny little gnomes surrounded by all of those mushrooms. It's just so cute and adorable. So next up we have some amazing cards by the design team. And first up we have this gorgeous card by Kay. I love her cute little mushroom house with that bold blue sky. It's just beautiful. And this is the card by Elena that inspired us to make our card today. I love this sweet scene that Lizzie created with that beautiful floral pattern paper in the background. And then here Melissa got super creative and she cut the mushroom tops from some sparkle cardstock, and those glittery mushrooms are so cool in those fun rainbow of colors. Here this card by Audrey is so fun because she created Smurfs. Oh my goodness, how adorable is that? Here Nicole got really creative and she used the mushrooms without the tops to create those really cool kind of gray mushrooms. And it's such a pretty and unique look. And then this card by Lena is so cute for a birthday. I love how he's sitting right outside his house holding his present. I love how Yanea added some shading with some ink to the top of her mushroom house. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then this card by Nicole is so fun. I love all of her different colors of mushrooms and the different colors of spots on the top of the house. So I cannot wait to see what you guys do with these two new die sets, so make sure to share it with us. Thank you so much for watching today and have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!